Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to look at GCP cloud logging. So we've got our familiar Go web server that we use in all these examples. Essentially just outputs log lines, keeps running track of the request count. Pretty basic. We'll look at this config that I've whipped up here. So in our run config we have GCP and the TLS klibs. You'll need to use the nightly build for this, which I'll show you how to do that. Listen on port 8080. Going down to cloud config, we've got my project, my zone, my bucket. You want to set this instance profile. So there's an instance profile that you can set. The default is default, but you can also just create your own and put that in there. Anyways, you'll need one of these because it needs to check into the metadata server. So definitely don't forget that. Then you have your manifest pass-through options. So here we're just saying for GCP, we want to ship it to my log. You don't actually have to set this. It can create it on the demand. So let's go ahead and build it. Let's see here. So let's create our image first. Create using this config, and we're gonna say we want to build it with nightly, so that's what that dash in does. I believe this should create it here. So while this works, I'll show you the tell command. So this is gcloud's logging tell command. As you can see, it's in an alpha build, which you actually have to set up appropriately. You have to install a Python RPC library, and you also need to set an environment variable to use, pips global install. Anyways, there's a document on setting this up on Google's page. I'll direct you to there. So this has already created it. So let's go ahead and see if we can create an instance here. All right, so we'll just kind of see if I can do this without screwing it up. So GCP config JSON port 8080, and we want to use the name. I believe this will do it. All right. All right, so it's going to spin up the instance. Dun, dun, dun. And then we can go ahead and grab the IP, GCP. In these videos, I pass in the JSON. You actually don't need to do that because the Google credentials are already in my environment, the way I run this. But I do it out of, practice. I don't know why I'm passing the port here. And then we'll just grab for the G here. So I believe it's this guy right here. And we can just send it some request. Okay, so it's up and running. Let's go ahead and start this tail. So it's initializing the tail session. Now let's send it a few requests to kind of get some output. I set this buffer window to 0 seconds. Basically it says, give me the line output as fast as you can. The trade-off is that it might be out of order. This looks like it actually came in order, which is great, but I've definitely seen it out of order. So up to you. If you set to like 60 seconds, chances are you're not going to get out of order. And then this formatter value text payload, basically the tail returns a bunch of metadata, which I personally don't care about, at least for this example. And so yeah, anyways, this is very similar to the AWS CloudWatch logging stuff, but it's for Google. And hope you guys get something out of it. All right, we'll catch you next time.